Good afternoon. This is a hearing of the Chatham Conservation Commission being held on October the 4th, 2023, in accordance with the Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act and the Town of Chatham Wetlands Protection Bylaw and Regulations. My name's Janet Williams and I serve as the chair. Today's hearing is being broadcast live on Channel 18 and being recorded for the on-demand archive available on the town's website. It's being conducted in person, by phone, and by video conference. The agenda, instructions on how to attend, and copies of all documents for review have been posted on the town's website. So to all participants, if you're attending by phone or online, please remain muted until you've been recognized by the chair. You can mute if you're on the phone by hitting *6. When you're recognized, please remember to identify yourselves for the record. If you're online and you're not a commissioner, please keep your camera turned off until you've been recognized and indicate that you wish to speak by using the raise hand feature. So that we have a record of a quorum attending today, I'll now ask each commissioner to indicate their presence. Vice Chair Karen Latin.
Present.
Bob Rawls.
Present.
Bob Delvecchio.
Present.
Mary Sullivan.
I don't see her on.
Is not on the platform. Okay, she's not present. Elise Gordon.
Present.
Cheryl Maservi.
Present.
And I'm here, so we have established that we have a quorum. Before we begin, I'm going to ask Paul Whiteman, the conservation agent, if there are any announcements about any requests for continuances today.
Can you hear me, Madam Chairman?
Yes, I can, Paul.
As far as I know, there are not. Crystal should chime in on that. I just got back this morning, so
Okay.
I'm not, all right?
Okay. Yep.
Crystal?
No, a couple of things came in yesterday, so I can probably
Okay.
I can deal with this because they're quick.
All righty.
513 Stage Harbor Road, a notice of intent has requested a continuance to October the 11th. And 162 Shore Road, another notice of intent, has also requested a continuance to October the 11th. So if you're here for either of those, they will not be heard today. One announcement I need to read. If you haven't heard already, FEMA is scheduled to conduct a national level integrated public alert and warning system test today at 2:20. Everybody's phones will receive emergency response alerts, as well as the system throughout the building here. So if we are still ongoing at 2:15, we will pause the hearing and wait for the test to conclude. And with that, I'll ask Paul to lead us through the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First on the agenda for today is a request for an amended order of conditions. The address is 90 Squanto Drive, LLC map 10C, parcel 21E-4, SE 103633. This is a phase 2 request for the amended order. The project is replacement of an existing failed septic with a new Title V tight tank only.
Okay, thank you. This draft amended order of conditions has been posted on MyTownGov. I have comments from several of the commissioners, but I'd like to start with asking other commission members for comments if they haven't already done so. Bob and Lisa, have you, Karen?
I had nothing to add.
Okay, Bob?
I just had a question on the amended special conditions, number 3, about the oak tree. I'm just concerned about the care of that. I know, I don't know if we should just maybe add a little sentence to this saying that, it would be cared for indefinitely, since it's a mitigation plant. That's all.
Okay. Well, I will say that this is, because it's amended, all of the original conditions that are not superseded by these remain in effect, and that would include the 3-year survivability plus the perpetual obligation.
Yeah.
Well.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
We ready?
Cheryl, do you have anything on this? As Mary is there now? No, I think we're ready now for a motion to close and approve. Oh, hold on. Is there a representative for this project or anybody else on the platform or the phone who has a comment or a question?
Ah.
Aha. Ah,
Hi, I'm Scott Crawford, Madam Chair, but I don't have anything unless there's any particular concerns or there's any reason not to approve.
Nope, I think
happy.
we're ready for an approval vote.
Thank you.
Right.
But of course, you never know, so let's have the vote and see what happens, you know, we can get surprised.
I move that we close and approve the amended order of conditions for 90 Squanto Drive.
Gordon, second.
Roll call vote, Bob?
Aye.
Elise?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
And I vote aye, so unanimous approval. And there you go, Mr. Crawford. Not a surprise today.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. All right, Paul, moving on to the next one.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next on the agenda is a request for an order of conditions. The address is 299 Cranberry Lane. The applicant is Timothy F. Ryan, map 15K, parcel 7-7, SE 103594. The project is redevelopment of the property with a new guest house, guest home, septic, sports court, and a land management plan.
All right, thank you, Paul. This document as well, this draft order of conditions has been posted on MyTownGov. Some commission members have already provided comments and changes on the electronic version. So I'll ask others whether they have any questions, changes, edits. Karen?
I was wondering, I couldn't find the information, but at one point when we did the site visit, they were talking about fill that was needed, and I didn't know if we needed to put anything in about the amount of fill, and I couldn't find the amount, so that's why I didn't modify. But I know they said they're gonna put fill like pretty close to the coastal bank, you know, at the front corner of the office. They're regrading. I just didn't know if we wanted to add anything about it.
Well, it's just, I think it's described in the project narrative that was submitted, because that's the portion that they're going to, yes, regrade to bring it back to pre-existing conditions.
Right.
And as I recall from the on-site, they said that no additional fill needed to be brought on-site for it. But
And
that would
that's why
just-
I wasn't sure if it
Yeah.
had changed, you know, with all the changes that have been done over time. So that's why I didn't add anything about it and thought I'd ask here.
Yeah, that's my understanding, is that
Right.
it's minor regrading, no additional fill being brought on.
Right. Otherwise, I didn't see anything to add.
Okay, thank you. Bob?
Nothing, thank you.
Okay, Cheryl, anything? All right. So, Bob, you have a comment here on the wording of what is inartfully worded.
I didn't know if I knew what it meant.
Well, just to mitigate, the normal template language for this is that to mitigate for the impacts from the project. And because I inserted in here loss of vegetation because of the tree removal, because they are planting trees, I did that and couldn't figure out a better way to,
Okay. I mean, as I read it again, it's reasonably clear. It's good.
yeah, it could be better, but that was the best I could do. And you've added the project will result in the removal of all structures.
Janet,
I
if
may
you
have done
changed
that.
it from to mitigate to mitigation for, does it make more sense that way? Mitigation for the impacts and loss of vegetation associated with the product includes
Yeah, that's actually a little better.
blah, blah.
Less words is better. Oh, includes mitigation, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Includes 33,000, there you go, square feet of invasive species removal. Got it, okay. Let me resolve that one. All right, is there anybody online or on the phone representing the project?
I had a couple more.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I accepted all the other ones.
Oh, you did? Well,
yeah.
I'm still seeing, like, there's supposed to be a word perennials, and then, I didn't actually put the project will result in the removal of structures. I'm not sure.
I did that.
Oh, you
It
did?
doesn't say, it just has color, and I thought I had accepted all changes before it was posted, but I guess.
Late this afternoon, I added a couple of special conditions,
Okay.
just as
Yep.
emphasis.
Yep.
Points of emphasis, because I went back to my notes, and I know there's a fair amount of discussion for these two items. One, that the exterior lighting will be downlit, and the sports court will not have lights.
Oh, that's a good one. Thank
Which
you
I think
for adding that.
which I think those are important.
They did say
items.
that, and that's good to capture here. Yep.
And then I remember talking to Teresa Sprague, and she agreed whenever I said, so it looks like all vegetation in the resource areas will be native. And even though there's a lot of resource area here, and she agreed that there would be. So I just thought it'd be nice to point that out.
Good, okay. I'm glad you put those in there. We will accept the changes and take this to final. Is there anybody else on the phone or on the platform who has a comment or a question? Hearing none, we're ready for a motion to close the hearing and approve this.
I move that we close and approve the order of conditions for 299 Cranberry Lane.
Gordon, second.
Roll call vote. Bob?
Aye.
Elise?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That is unanimously approved. All right. All right, Paul, moving on.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next on the agenda is a request for an extension order for an order of conditions. The address is 22 Captain Sears Way, Peter and Julia Johansson, map 11C, parcel H17, SE 103354. The project is demolition of an existing dwelling and construction of a new dwelling.
All right, hello.
Hi, Susan Ledoux from Eastward Companies. How are you?
We're well here. How are you?
Good, good. So I submitted a letter requesting an extension, and this will expire on December 29th of this year. And we're just asking for an extension to allow for the completion of the house, the pool and hardscape, which should be finished, as well as the mitigation and restoration planning in the spring of 2024. So we're asking for an extension. The only thing I don't know what you typically issue for an extension. And then I do have an additional question. Once, if an extension is granted and that expires and we still have to wait out the 3 growing seasons for the mitigation plants, what is the commission's druthers
Okay.
as far as how to handle that?
Okay.
So it's a 2-part.
Yep, got them. Yeah, this project seems, I guess, was delayed in the construction commencement phase of things. I did look at it, and I did notice that it's still fairly far off from completion, and the mitigation hasn't been started.
Yeah.
So we are only authorized to issue an extension for 1 year at a time.
Okay.
And so we will do this for December 2024. And before that date, you'll need to come back to us, and we can issue another 1-year extension. And we'll do that for the 3 years that we're authorized to take it out for the survivability of the mitigation plants.
Okay. All right. That
We'll be
sounds great.
seeing you every year for the next several years, in other words.
Yeah. Or throughout the year on other things. But
Oh, yeah, right, besides this one. Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Susan? All right, I guess we're ready for a motion then.
I move that we approve a 1-year extension to the order of conditions for 22 Captain Sears Way.
Gordon, second.
Roll call vote. Bob?
Aye.
Elise?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Cheryl? Aye. Bob?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That's unanimous. Thank you, Susan.
all right.
See you next
Thank you for the
year.
explanation. Okay. Bye.
Okay, Paul. Next one, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next on the agenda is a field change request. The address is 230 Stage Island Road. The applicants Deborah C. and Peter W. Nelson, map 13A1, parcel 5-D27, SE 103559. The project is square off and adds stairs to the deck at the back of the dwelling, which will reduce the size and also add a generator.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Is there somebody here who, do you wish to address us, or you're just here to hear what happens? Yeah, I'm the owner. You're the owner? Okay, that's fine. Is there anybody representing the project online? Okay. Well, that is a little bit of it's a little. I can represent the project. Okay, why don't you come up here? Oh, okay, can you please, yeah, come up to the thing, because I know we have a couple questions about it.
How you doing? My name is
Hi.
Sean. I work for Rick Roy Construction.
Okay, hello, Sean. It is pretty straightforward, but the one thing that jumped out at us when we took a look at this initially was the placement of the proposed generator. Now, I know the pad it sits on is not large, but it's
Right.
in the no-disturb zone.
Yeah.
Is there another option for you to move it out of the no-disturb zone?
In this particular case, I don't think we have many choices, as I do believe it's also in the 100 or a possible 50.
It's in the 50,
But-
right. Moving it into the 100
Right.
would be better.
Better.
But yes, you're correct. But we're just thinking because of the AC condensers already exist in there that we would be able to put that in that site.
Aaron, do you want
You know, I don't know if it is possible, but I would rather see it outside the 50, because really I understand that there are currently, the AC units in the 50.
Right.
And I don't know when that got approved, but we try really hard not to put permanent things into the 50. And I know you've got a large amount of the property is within the no disturb zone. But is there any place else you could consider?
Well, I mean, we can't go around the whole back. It's really kind of tough because of the landscape out front is also very close to the 50 as well.
you'll need to come up here and yeah.
Please.
On the record. That's no problem.
If we were to put it on a stand of some sort, would that be helpful?
Oh, I wouldn't have made you move if I known you would.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully you have Peter Nelson, the owner of the property.
Hello,
With-
yes, Mr. Nelson.
With my wife. Yeah, I mean, the way the 50 runs, the only alternative we see, which isn't very desirable, is literally in the middle, is in the front yard.
Yeah.
Just the way the whole yard is in the 50.
Well, 2/3 of the house is in the no
Right.
disturb
Yeah,
zone, as
exactly.
well
So-
as the entire deck
Correct.
system. And I will note that the project removes 81 square feet and adds 40, so there's a net reduction in the no disturb zone, even adding for 10 square feet for the generator. Is this, no, the elevation is 36, so it's not in the floodplain.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
So while it would still be in the 50, can you move it back so it's closer to the 50?
We have the gas meter line in, and you have code restrictions. You have to be within
Right.
5 to 7 feet from
Okay.
the gas
Okay.
meter.
Okay, shoot, I thought I had at
Yeah, put
least
a-
a little bit better. Darn.
That would work.
I was just wondering if we could maybe strike a compromise and maybe add some natives
Oh, yeah.
around this area, maybe to screen the generator or,
Yeah, part of our, and appreciate that, and we'd had a discussion with, the prior agent, when she came for a site visit, I believe, last fall, about, we're gonna, in the front of the house, it's kind of classically suburban landscape with rhododendrons and stuff like that. We're gonna redo that with with more native, a lot more native than there is today. Her advice back then was come and seek administrative review, but she's no longer here, so we'll follow whatever process you want. We're in the process of working on a landscaping plan in the front. But obviously, it being in the middle of the construction, we'd like to get the deck approved, and we thought it made sense to, and part of the theory in losing some of the deck was because we were asking for something. And the commission in the past has been looked favorably upon a net benefit.
Right, I did the numbers, and I do see that there is a net benefit. I do take Bob's suggestion, though, in terms of planting natives around the generator, will provide some extra habitat and wildlife,
Sure.
and that would be helpful.
Sure.
And yes, to the extent to which your landscape plan is in our jurisdiction, and I think it would have to be, because the
It'll
whole
be in the
property
50, it'll
is-
be in the 50 to 100, yeah.
Yeah, but an administrative review is probably sufficient for that. You
Okay.
can talk to Paul Whiteman and connect with him, and
Yep.
he'll walk you through that process. Bob?
I'm just looking over my notes for this project, and there was a 2000, I guess the project started in 2022, and my notes say there was a planting plan.
Well, there's a mitigation plan.
There is a
For the
mitigation.
areas that have been disturbed within your jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Mostly to the south of the house, and we're still, obviously, when construction is done, we're gonna,
Yeah.
we've engaged Crawford Land Management to do that. And then.
Okay, I was just looking for that plan in our in our online files, and I can't find it, so.
Yeah, I mean, we filed the mitigation plan to get the original approval, so.
Yeah, I'm sure he did, but, because I was wanting to look at that as we discuss, the things we're discussing here, but I can't do it, so.
Yeah.
I actually have it with me now if you need to see it at this point.
Would be
helpful.
curious. Yeah, I'm looking, I don't see it either. I have the order, but I don't have the.
Yeah, I
plan.
mean, I couldn't, in anticipation coming over here, I looked for it and I couldn't find it. It's not attached to the order of conditions, which
No,
I thought it would have been.
and because they can't be recorded, so that's, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
The colored one.
What is the date of that? Mark doesn't, we need to be,
He's bringing you
It's a-
an easel so that it can be online for others to see.
It's just we really can't see it that way.
So,
yeah. Can your camera pick it up over Bob's shoulder for
Crawford's plan.
display?
No,
Okay,
Because it's just a piece of paper, it can't, it will flop.
I'll put a piece of.
That's okay, we have to,
nope, we'll have to take it over there, though,
all right,
let's have a quick look.
yeah.
so it can be on.
You just need a second?
Down.
So, that's what they're cutting off.
All right. Okay, so this is all the mitigation on this
Yeah.
side. Okay.
Hang it up.
Okay,
Yeah, that mitigation plan wouldn't include the side of the house because there's no disturbance on that side of the
Right.
house. Except for what we now propose.
It's odd that we can't, like, none of us can find it.
Yeah, where is it?
just need to go to ZBA
Yes,
and have you filed?
no, we wanted, given that we were coming for this, given the timeliness of the deck, we thought we'd get with you and get if we get approval, get our documentation, and then part of the plan, they need an engineering drawing, and that takes time, so we wanted to make
Okay.
sure we were okay with you guys first.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
So the only thing I'll say, because I'm still stuck on the generator, is if it can be moved at all back further, if you could do it. I know you said gas lines, but if you can move it toward the 50, the line for the 50, the further from, out, the better.
Yeah, and the way the spacing is there, we're motivated to do that because we also have a code on the compressors.
Right.
So the further, yeah,
Away.
towards the 50 we can
Right.
get it, the better off we are as well.
So if you can, I would appreciate it. Would
Yep.
make it a little better. I understand that you are limited and where you can go.
Is there mitigation, I can't really see that very well, but is there mitigation where your air conditioning units are,
No,
No,
it
because
says
there's no disturbance.
existing.
All
in the
mitigations
project.
On the south side.
well, what I mean is are there any plantings going, or we plan to go?
Well, as part of the landscaping plan, we had not originally thought of that because you really can't see it from anywhere, but if that's a requirement, we can
All right, so
include that.
you mentioned the landscaping plan, is that,
We are in the process of working with Crawford to have a landscaping plan for the front of the house, which is all in the 50 to 100.
on the on the other side of the house,
Yeah, in the front towards the road,
toward the road?
which
yeah.
is in the 50 to 100.
Yeah, still within jurisdiction.
Yeah, still in your jurisdiction. So as I said a few minutes ago, we were advised that we could possibly, because we're just going to take out, like I said, suburban plantings and put in some more native stuff, and we're working with Crawford to come up with that plan. And we'll follow whatever the process is, but hoping for administrative review. And if it's one of your requirements to kind of take that around the corner in front of the generator, then we will certainly do that.
I mean, to me, this seems like more than an AR. If this landscaping plan would cover a lot of plantings in the outer aura.
Well, we can always request that the agent bring it to us, refer it
Yes.
to the full commission for a
Yes.
hearing. We can
Yeah, I
do
mean,
that.
that's what we were advised, we said, what she said is, come see me, depending on what you're doing, either I can grant administrative, or you will have to go to the commission.
Correct.
And whatever the process is, the process
And because
is.
it is landscaping within our jurisdiction, we
Yeah.
would probably want to see that plan and review it and.
Sure.
Right, I think what we're asking for is not to be fielder's choice, but let's see it, let's let the commission have a look at it.
Yep. Okay, so for now, for this field change request, I think what I'd be inclined to do is approve it with the condition that native plantings will be installed around the generator and the two existing air conditioning units. And then you'll return to us for a hearing on the full landscape plan.
Okay.
That make sense?
Yeah. And so those plantings, you would just go to the agent to get approval for, no?
No, we should see it.
No,
For now.
we're asking
for the-
for
for-
this
just for this.
field.
Just for these, right, yeah.
Yeah,
just
well,
for
that
these.
would,
Yeah.
we would just extend that plan to include this area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we'll
exactly.
come to see the agent will say, as per your documentation, you need to follow this process,
That
which
would
is.
work well, then we'd have it all in one place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the process of doing that now and hope to have it over the course of the winter finished and then get to you in time for spring planting.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. All right, we're ready for a motion then, unless anybody has any other questions?
No.
Nope, okay.
I move that we approve
deck,
the
too, yeah.
field change for 230 Stage Island Road.
Gordon, second.
Roll call vote. Bob?
Aye.
Elise?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
And I say aye, so.
Thank you.
Set to
What-
go.
What's the documentation, because I'll need to take that to zoning.
This is a field change. Paul, what does he receive in terms of documentation, or will we just write a letter to, often we just write a letter to the zoning board?
You tell me.
Yes, short answer is yes, we would write a letter.
We'll write a letter,
Okay, great.
Great.
so you'll have that. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
very much for coming, and that is good that you did, because we did have these questions.
Always good. Half of life is showing up.
Yep.
Just had a question, Janet, on the letter.
Janet,
Yes, who's that speaking?
oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry, this is Mary Sullivan. I just wanted to let you know that I apologize for being late, but I am listening
okay, so I have you now on here.
to the call.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. What were you saying, Bob?
Just had a question about the letter. Paul's going to put the mitigation requirement in the letter.
Right, Paul, you got that?
Yes,
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
all right.
you're welcome.
Next item on the agenda, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The next item is one that's going to be continued. This is 513 Stage Harbor Road. John Evans and Elaine I always mess names up. Dimopoulos, map 14A, parcel 11-92, SE10 3646. The project is a proposed building modification and addition and associated site improvements. The applicants requested a continuance to October 11th, 2023.
Okay. I move that we continue 513 Stage Harbor Road to the meeting on October 11th, 2023.
Gordon, second.
Roll call vote, Bob?
Aye.
Elise?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
Mary?
Uh-oh.
Aye.
There you are.
There.
And I vote aye, so that's unanimous.
Sorry
Okay,
about
it's all right. Go ahead, Paul, next one.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Next on the agenda will be another continued hearing. 162 Shore Road, Tom and Michelle Jennings, map 16D, parcel 15-29, SE10 36. I just have on the agenda 36. I'm not sure if it's been issued. Removal of an existing dwelling and construction of a new dwelling located outside of the outer aura. Relocation of an existing accessory building. Construction of an in-ground swimming pool and hardscaping. Abandonment of an existing septic system and the installation of a new IA septic system, restoration of an existing lawn with native plant species. And is this one being continued to the 11th?
Okay, we'll have the motion, please.
Okay, I move that we continue 162 Shore Road to the meeting on October 11th, 2023.
Gordon, second.
Roll call vote, Bob?
Aye.
Elise?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Cheryl?
Aye.
Mary?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That's continued to next Wednesday. All right. Next item, Paul.
Last on the agenda, this may be a record.
Yeah,
23
I think.
Yeah. 23 Wilkie Way, William Riley, map 17D, parcel 9-F10, SE10. I don't know if there's a number been issued yet. Removal of invasive plants, new planting, new gravel infiltration strips at the residence and garage, new bark mulch path, expanded crushed shell driveway, new walkway and steps, and new fencing is the project.
Okay, and is there anyone here online for the project?
Probably
They
not.
had requested to continue.
Right, till,
what?
do you know what date?
They did not give me a date.
Okay. Why don't we
Okay.
go till the 25th?
Yeah. Yeah, Crystal, we'll do it for the 25th to give them some more time. And just for the
Okay.
context, we are sympathetic to the dilemma of a homeowner when they lose their representative in the middle of a project. But this has been hanging out there for a while, so could you please contact them and make sure that they understand that on the 25th, they need to be ready to present the revisions. You can ask them to please go watch the recording of the hearing held on August 2nd, where we spelled out all of the, is there somebody here? We spelled out all the revisions we were asking for. So they can review that recording and know exactly what we requested. There's a hand up on the platform.
That
J.E.
Alice.
Oh,
Hi, sorry, Thad Aldrich here. I came in late and I didn't see my order and all that, and I just wanted to get it before you closed the meeting.
you got it. It was approved,
Thank you.
even without you here. All right, so Crystal, if you can let them know that we've been tolerant and sympathetic, but we're coming to the end of a process, and if they're not ready to respond to the revisions we asked for on the 25th, we'll have to close that, and they can refile later.
Okay.
Okay, so
All
this is
right.
on the 25th.
I move that we continue 23 Wilkie Way to the meeting on October 25th, 2023.
Gordon, second.
Roll call vote. Bob?
Aye.
Lise?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Cheryl? Aye. Mary?
Aye.
And I vote aye. That'll on the 25th. Are there any unforeseen items? Anything that was not on the agenda? Paul, Crystal, anything that you have?
No, nothing from me.
No, I have nothing.
All right.
Okay.
And we'll take a motion to adjourn in record time.
I move that we adjourn.
Gordon, second.
Roll call vote. Bob?
Aye.
Lise?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Cheryl? Aye. Mary?
Aye.
And I vote aye, and that's,
Aren't
That's a
you
wrap.
glad you joined, Mary?
I was going to say, I think the key is that I need to join late from now on.
Well, that's-
It obviously moves things along.